welcome all of you warmly to LIVE2LEAD 2023. This will be our 7th year hosting LIVE2LEAD.
To me, development is not those and things, but to what extent people will live independent lives so that they can feed, grow, shelter, defend, and protect themselves.
A legacy-minded leader is somebody who looks beyond his own circles, his own self-interest, and even dares to look beyond generations after him.
Then you know the person is a leader, because that's legacy. They are thinking of tomorrow. They've gone beyond today.
I came to this program, LIVE2LEAD 2023, to improve or to add value upon myself. That was my expectation.
If I didn't learn anything, I've learned that leaders pay a price, and it takes paying the price to be a leader and be able to pull others even beyond where you have reached. So yes, it's been a very impactful session.
It's sort of amazing. It's been engaging from the morning session up to now. We have learned and are going to impact the next generation. It's a must attend for next year. Join next year and don't miss out. Thank you very much.
Why is LIVE2LEAD important? I think it is embedded in the very aim of the conference, LIVE2LEAD. Our purpose as human beings is to lead.
We spend a lot of time developing our professions, but we don't spend time developing ourselves. Look, as a leader, as a professional, you have to grow. You have to grow yourself. And to be able to grow yourself, you need to know yourself. A lot of us are not achieving the maximum we can achieve because we have not invested in our personal growth. So we are bringing you this special studies based on John C. Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And we're going to just spend time with you and help you go through the principles that you need to be able to grow your person, to become a better person. Because if you become a better person, you become a better leader, you become a better father, you become a better professional. Do not miss this opportunity, as the masterclass is going to be very practical and discussional. It is going to be a limited number of people. So please register now to be part of the program.
Hello, dear leader. My name is Samuel Eyim, Chief Leadership Coach at the Center for Transformational Leadership in Africa, CTL Africa. And I have an important invitation for you. Why are some nations developed and thriving, while others are underdeveloped and struggling? Why are some businesses flourishing and others languishing? Why are some churches growing and others dying? These are important questions for leaders. So are you a leader? At what level are you leading? What impact are you making? What is your understanding and concept of leadership? The way you think about leadership is the way you do leadership. And as John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. Leadership is the cause, all others are the effect. So, at the Center for Transformational Leadership, we've created this program to help you transform your understanding of leadership. This program is going to be based on John C. Maxwell's book, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. As a John C. Maxwell certified coach, I'm going to walk you through these laws, and we're going to give you exercises and activities around these laws to help install a new transforming concept of leadership for you. This will change the way you do leadership completely. So I invite you to check our website and our social media pages and to register for the Leadership Mindset and Asset program. This program is on 2 levels. The first level is understanding the laws of leadership, where we are going to walk you through the laws of leadership in 3 to 5 days. And this will give you the foundations of leadership. The second level is walking the laws of leadership. Here, we'll take you through a 15-week journey through the laws of leadership. Every week, you will have opportunity to study one law, apply the law throughout the week, meditate upon it, do the exercises, and regroup with other like-minded people who are learning the laws of leadership, exchange ideas, and share your lessons. So do not miss this opportunity. Register now for the Leadership Mindset and Asset program.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Leadership Platform. My name is Samuel Ayim, and I'm here tonight with my co-host.
Hello, everyone. And my name is Sarah Jesse, joining you from Geneva. And I hope all of you are doing so great. And we're going to have a great time this evening. Over to you, Sam.
Indeed, a great time we're going to have. And Sarah, we had a blast. We had a great conference. LIVE2LEAD 2023 was impactful, was amazing. What do you think?
It was beautiful in the sense that even though I wasn't with you in person, seeing all these pictures and videos, I really feel very warm inside. And I joined virtually with all our virtual participants, and we had our own session as well. So thank you. Over to you, Sam.
Indeed. Those of you on the call today and those who are going to join, please go ahead and share the link. Invite your friends to come to the leadership platform, wake them up, invite your team members, invite your bosses, invite your co-workers, and let them come to the platform to join. If you're joining, please introduce yourself. We will be glad to introduce you to the world because we're proud to have you spend part of your Saturday night with us to grow and to learn. So go ahead and introduce yourself. I can see Doris Atta is already here, and I can see Gilbert at Inkwetiakwa is here. So please invite your friends. We know that many of you join who do not introduce themselves, but hey, we want to introduce you to the world, so do us the honors. All right, good. This evening is going to be interesting. We have some great executives and people from academia and who are going to share with us their learnings from LIVE2LEAD. So if you didn't have the opportunity to participate in LIVE2LEAD, well, you're going to just have a little window into what happened tonight. And we also have opportunity to rebroadcast LIVE2LEAD to you, to your teams, and to everybody. LIVE2LEAD is a season started from October 6th is going all the way to end of February. So either individually or with your teams, we are able to give you access to all the learnings that happen. So please feel free. At this point, we're just going to invite our speakers to the stage, and then we will take it from there. I can see William Darfur is also here. So this evening we have 3 participants at LIVE2LEAD 2023 who have volunteered to share their learnings with us. We have on the call Dr. Christopher Akwa, who is the registrar at the Heritage Christian University College. We're happy to have Dr. Akwa. Doctor, you are welcome to the leadership platform.
Thank you very much.
We also have the assistant registrar of Heritage Christian University, who is going to join us, Delix, and they are all going to tell us a bit more about themselves, tell us what they do, and briefly share their story with us. So Delix, if you're on the call, welcome to the leadership platform. We have Richmond from all the way from Kweu to join us also on the leadership platform. Richmond is the managing director of Hope Ridge School, which is a subsidiary of the Village of Hope. And by the way, Heritage Christian University College and the Village of Hope were 2 of our key partners on LIVE2LEAD 2023. So we are proud to have them, and they are also here to share with us. All right. So, Sarah, take us away.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I think what Sam said is that I said normally leaders eat last, but Sam is telling me that in our contest today, we're going to have the elders amongst us to really lead the way. So, Doc, if you're ready, we can have you start the ball rolling. Doc, can you come onto the screen? Can we have Doc on the screen with me, please?
It seems we just lost Doc.
We just lost Doc. Okay. So we'll have Richmond starting then. Richmond, welcome. So Richmond, welcome to the leadership platform. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Richmond?
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. And let me say good evening to all our cherished leaders around the globe who are ready to learn and impact our world. Yeah, my name is Richmond Kumiyebu Achum, and I hail from Achim Bomso, a village in the Kwao Bibrim district, of Ghana. I spent most of my time in Akosomo, and I had my teacher training education in Bimbila. From there, I taught in public school for 3 years, and I decided to join Village of Hope. And I've been with Village of Hope for 20 good years, and we set up Hope Christian Academy. So I stayed with Village of Hope for 5 years in Gomoafete from 2003 to 2008, and I was fortunate to be transferred from Village of Hope Gomoafete to Kwaumkwetia to head a subsidiary school by name Church of Christ at that time. Then in 2012, I became the managing director for the new Hope Ridge School, or originally Church of Christ School. I hold degree in education from University of Capus, and as a lifelong learner, I have pursued several certification courses online. I have a certificate from Edinburgh University, where I did psychology of young children and young people. Then I also pursued certification course in the age of sustainable development with Columbia University. And I have been a veteran participant of LIVE2LEAD. For the past 7 years, my company, Village of Hope, has shown keen interest in developing its leaders. And since I am a managing director and a leader of a subsidiary company of Village of Hope, I've benefited from these enormous steps that Village of Hope has taken to develop its leaders. So, Sarah, let me say I am married with 4 children, and I think I'm living happily with my family. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Richmond, for that detailed presentation of yourself. And without much further ado, you have been a veteran. Let's see what you took out of LIVE2LEAD 2023. So you have the floor. Set us rolling.
Thank you. All right, let me share my learnings with everyone who is on board at this moment. Let me say that 2023 LIVE2LEAD, 2023 LIVE2LEAD was exceptional. For the past 7 years that I've participated in LIVE2LEAD, yes, we get a lot of valuable lessons. But 2023 session was extraordinary. Right from the morning session throughout the international broadcast, everything was on point. Let me share my learnings. I learned that good leadership requires good skills and good values. These can help leaders raise their people. So if you are a leader and you don't have good values and you have good skills, definitely you will not be able to help your people. You will rather drag them down. You will exploit them. So I learned that to be a good leader, I need to have both the technical skills and the moral values, which I will term the soft skills. So that is one key thing that I pick from the training. Then legacy-minded leaders don't give up so easily. They persist until they accomplish something substantial. They look beyond their personal interests and comforts. They believe paths without obstacles don't lead anywhere significant. And this even revealed to me that since I'm a leader and I want to leave a lasting legacy, I need to be very focused. I need to look beyond my personal interests and take the collective interest of the people that I'm leading into consideration. Then people will remember you not for your material possessions, but the lives that you transform. This was evident in Prof. Kwabena Frimpong Boateng's journey to success. And I felt so emotional when Professor was recounting the ordeal that he went through to get his dream come true. And I believe leaders, we need to even have that tenacity to make sure we get our dreams accomplished. Prof did not follow the path of least resistance to attain greatness. And the greatness that Prof, we can even tag him to, is the establishment of the National Cardiothoracic Center. It didn't take just a sudden flight to reach that feat. By dint of hard work and determination, he was able to get to that level. And as I'm also aspiring to leave a lasting legacy, I need to prepare to just go for all it takes. I need to pay the price to get to the level that I want to get to. So to be a high achiever, you need to make sacrifices that most people are not willing to make. You need to move from your comfort zone and taste life, real life, hardship before you can attain greatness. Your problem is your promotion. And this statement was emphatically made by Ohinere Gifty Auntie. He said, you need to have a mess to get a message. And that resonated very well with me. Every obstacle introduces a person to himself or herself. How you respond to obstacles is of ultimate importance. And this was obvious. Nobody attains greater height without going through hardship. And the moment you face challenges, obstacles, then that you see your true attitude. If you are a courageous leader, you will stand the test of time. If you are not, you will give up. So as a leader, I need to also have that spirit. Then we have this also, I want to be the best person I can be. That's Kendra. It's Kendra who said that. So I can impact many lives. Nobody can make you feel average without your permission. And dear leaders, if you want to be the best person you want to be, you have that power. Nobody can determine how far you should go, but you can determine how far you will go. You have your development, your growth. You have that key to your personal growth. Nobody holds that key. You alone holds that key to your personal growth and development. And by so doing, you need to control your thoughts. And if you are able to control your thoughts, you will control your circumstances. Always see possibilities in the midst of challenges. Never surrender your dreams as a leader. And as we go through leadership, we are always faced with several obstacles. But we need to see possibilities in the middle of even the challenges that we are going through. Because beneath every obstacle lies a golden opportunity. So we need to encourage ourselves with that and remain resolute and geared towards our vision and mission. Legacy-minded leaders plan, they strategize and act to achieve their goals. We need to plan as leaders, we need to plan to set challenging goals for our personal life and that of our organization. Strategies will help us to decide how we want to achieve our goals. And then the action that you take, the concrete steps that you take will help you to get to your dream results or your destination where you want to get to. Then Marcus was also asking an intelligent question. He said, why do we do what we do? I think that resonated very well with me. Why am I into teaching? Or why am I into educating young children? For the love of it. We've got to love what we do and all that it entails. We need to add value to others. And the more you add value to others, we will be able to impact our society in general. So value adding is very critical. And as I'm here, I'm planning every blessed day, I need to put a smile in the face of ordinary Ghanaian that I meet on my way. By so doing, I will leave a lasting legacy in their hearts. Leadership is a ministry. Ministry is also a service. Leaders are servants. Leaders are to serve followers, but not followers serving leaders. And we see this problem in our country. We think that if you are a leader, you are to lord it over your subjects. But leadership in true sense is other way around. You are a servant. You are serving the masses. So as I'm leading a group of people, I have to develop that attitude of a servant. I need to humble and serve them so their life becomes better. As a servant leader, I desire the best for my subject, but not for myself. And I need to do the right things for the right reason, so the company or the organization I'm leading can move forward. Leadership also comes with risk and failures. No leader can say he has never tasted failure before. Every leadership comes with its own problems, risks, and failures. Most decisions that we take, they are risks that we are taking. Even our believing or the faith, we say we have faith. Faith itself is even a risk on its own. So as a leader, you will be truly failing if you fail to learn the lessons that failure comes with. And that was Ryan, yes, my good friend, Ryan Leake, who said that. And better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing flawlessly. Yes, more often than not, we fail to take risks because we think we are going to fail. But if you failure, you will never try anything original. So we need to always be prepared and face daunting challenges, and even be prepared if we fail. We should accept that and learn the lessons that failure comes with. Chasing failure can take you further than what chasing success can do. And it was very profound statement. Yes, more often than not, we think only success that we need to go for. But seriously, we need to try something bigger than ourselves. And if you try and you fail and you learn lessons several times, you will be able to get the key to unlocking those opportunities. Aspire to be a high role leader. This is coming from my mentor, John C. Maxwell. And I have encouraged myself to be a high road leader in my career. And a high road leader, I have to make sure my followers feel loved, valued, and appreciated. I want all my followers to feel valued and appreciated, that they will be loyal to the organization that we are working for. People who feel good become naturally creative, innovative, and productive. If you make people feel good, they feel empowered, they feel valued, you get their creativity. They are innovative. They become innovative and productive in whatever that they do. Let your followers see possibilities. They should feel empowered. Don't always give them, micromanage them, do this, do this. No, let them feel empowered. Let them take initiative. And even if they fail, they learn and give just little support, encouragement, and people will be able to achieve greater things in their lives. And whatever that they are learning, let them apply. They should apply it in their daily lives. Then also, I need to be accountable for my actions. Ghanaians, we love an African continent. We like the blame game. Anything that goes wrong, it is somebody, but it's not me. I have to accept whatever goes wrong. I am responsible for whatever happens in my life. So accountability is very critical. Accountability bridges the gap between intentions and actions. And this one, John C. Maxwell said it with emphasis. Yes. I believe that if I hold myself accountable, I will be able to live up to expectation. And I've appointed even accountability partner, someone that I will just make sure he puts me in checks of whatever I set to do. And I need to also get mentors to coach me to become a high road leader. Where I am, I need more mentors. Like CTL Africa, always grooming people to become better. Yes, such people who are veteran leaders, I need to associate myself with. And if you read John C. Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, he said one law that I love so much is that the law of inner circle. Those that you surround yourself with will determine your effectiveness. So I need to get mentors who are powerful to take me to my promised land.
Great.
And when you are, yes, I think the last stride, he says, make charity part of your organization's culture. And this is my personal philosophy. I'm going to make charity my personal culture. And people should benefit from my hard work. Generosity is the law, natural law for wealth creation. The more you give, the more you receive. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so very much, Richmond. Thank you very, very much. This is great, great, great learning And we will come back to Richmond. We'll come back to Richmond to follow up on a few of the questions. But at this point, we will bring Dr. Christopher Akwa to introduce himself and also share his learning. After that, we'll bring Delix, introduce herself, share her learnings, and then we'll bring the three of them and we'll have some discussions. Doc, you are welcome to the leadership platform.
Thank you. So I think this is my first time of being on this platform, and then my first time of attending LIVE2LEAD. I think that I'm very, very ignorant about LIVE2LEAD. It's when I joined Heritage before I got to know about LIVE2LEAD. I mean, and I got to know that my chairman of council was the chief coach. So to me, it's a privilege to work with the chairman. My name is Christopher Akwa Mensah, and I've went to high school, Laboni Senior High School. I went to the University of Ghana for my first and second degree, and then I worked for some time. I work at various places. I work at the Ministry of Education. I also work at Ghana Highway Authority, and then I joined the University of Education, Winneba, in 1993 as an assistant registrar. I went to University of Sussex to do a PhD in international education and policy, and I also went to GIMPA to do a first degree in law. And I've worked at the University of Education as registrar for 12 years. By now, I worked there for 23 years. When I left the University of Education, Winneba, I joined African University College of Communications as registrar, vice president, and later acting president for 4 years. And in 2002, that last year, I was appointed a registrar of Heritage Christian College. So that's where I have been for the past 1.5 years at Heritage as the registrar. And I must say that I have learned a lot these few months, and also my participation at LIVE2LEAD 2023 has been an eye-opener. So I'm happy to share a few thoughts with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much. So please take us away with your takeaways from LIVE2LEAD. This is your very first one, so I'm very eager to know how this conference went for you and what you learned.
Yes, please. So
will you share your slides, or you want us to share?
Okay.
Okay. Well, 1 second. Yes. All right.
Okay, so thank you very much. So like I said, and this was my first time of joining LIVE2LEAD, and it was an eye-opener for me, especially listening to the story of Professor Frimpong Boateng. I mean, I didn't know that it was that tough. Sometimes when it's at the back, you think that everything is rosy, but I felt that he went through a lot to reach where he has reached, and to me, it was a serious eye-opener for me. My takeaway, 5 main points, and summarize all the speakers from what I was just listening. And so the takeaway is 5 main. But the first one is, what legacy will I leave as a leader? What legacy will I leave? So as a leader, I need to leave a legacy. And if you're a good leader, you leave a lasting legacy that will impact the lives of others. It should be beyond you and beyond time. As you lead the organization, your legacy should stand the test of time. So in my view, we as leaders should not only be the main character. You are not the main actor. Everybody is focusing on you at the end of your time in the organization, but you should make an impact every day. People should be able to point to something. So that is the first takeaway I want to share, that you are not the main character. People should not always focus on you. The legacy you are leaving should impact everybody. The next one is, what should I do to be called a legacy leader? That's one of the takeaway or the lessons I drew from LIVE2LEAD 2023. You must make an impact. People must remember you long time after when you are gone. You must also be a role model. You must be a coach and develop people at the same time, the people that you are leading. You as a leader must develop the habit of cheering yourself. When they do something good, when they achieve their targets, you must cheer them on. And let's lead people to think. Let them think for themselves. Let them develop, and do not just issue instructions and direct them every time. So you lead them. They are developing. You are guiding them to think, to take initiative, instead of giving instructions as a leader. That is my second takeaway. My third takeaway is legacy leaders influence their generations. So as a leader, you might not just make an impact, but you must make a deliberate effort to influence others during your tenure. You are head of the institution. You must influence those you are working with. You must influence, you must have a guiding principles. And how do you apply your guiding principles? It should be consistent with regards to your decisions and action. Your decisions and actions must be consistent. And therefore, when you are not there, they'll point to something that you did, which is long lasting. So legacy leaders must influence their generation. That was my third takeaway from Live to Lead. Then this one is also very important to me. You need to build trust. As a leader, you must build trust. And you must operate in ways that will build trust among your team and transform the lives of people that you are leading. Your main objective as a leader is to understand the impact of your actions on everyone around you. So if you take a decision, what impact does it make about people or the people around you? You must also build relationships that achieve something that you can be remembered for. So if you don't achieve something, if you achieve something, people will remember you for that. And in doing before you can even do that, you must build trust. So the team should have trust in you, that this is the leader that we can trust. This is the one who understands what we are doing. That is my the next takeaway is you need to create a legacy. And one of the lessons I drew from the program was you must take risk that can lead to an impactful legacy. Sometimes we are afraid to take risk. Even when we are doing business, we don't take risk because you think that you fail. And we learned about chasing failure. To me, it was very, very interesting. How do you chase failure? But you can chase failure if you take risk. So you must take risk as a leader. And taking risk, that can lead to an impactful legacy. The leader must be a coach, a mentor, and an influencer. So as a leader, these three characters or these three attributes should be evident in your leading. That you are a coach, you are teaching your people, you are leading them to do the right thing. You're also a mentor that they can look up to. You are a role model for them. At the same time, you are an influencer for the positive. You must also the leader must create a legacy by setting high standards, direct the team to take initiatives, and always share knowledge with the team. So as you are creating a legacy, set high standards for the team, direct the team to take initiatives, and always share knowledge. So you're always learning. As you learn, you share. If you don't learn, your team will also knowledge. So you share knowledge with them, you lead them to the right places, to the right information. The leader must lead by example. When you preach kindness, hard work, and honesty, it must show in your actions. So if you ask your team to be kind to each other, are you being kind to them? Are you showing love to them? Hard work, are you also working hard, or you just come and sit down and give instructions? That is not the way to create a legacy. You must be honest, and it might be shown in your actions. Transparency and good communication. The leader must be honest and transparent in communicating his or her ideas to the team. So what exactly do you want the team to achieve? What do you want them to do? Be transparent and communicate effectively to them. This is how you build trust. And as you are honest and you're transparent in communicating your ideas to them, the team will achieve the legacy. They will achieve the objective that you want them to achieve. So create a legacy, and then you create a legacy, and it should be an impactful legacy. That is the other thing. I talk about transparency and communication, and I'm saying that a leader must be honest and transparent in communicating his or her ideas to the team he's leading. If you are not communicate effectively, you don't expect the right results. So this is one thing I think that the leader must be mindful of. My concluding thoughts. Oh, I think it's gone. As leaders, we must realize that the importance of leaving a legacy cannot be overstated. The legacy that you leave is a combination of your experiences, beliefs, values, and traditions. The people that will come after you will remember you by this. So make it something worth remembering. Live with conviction. Show good character and passion for your work. As a leader, you need to begin to create a lasting legacy from the first day that you join the organization as the leader. Thank you very much for your attention.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Prof, for these 5 key points and your concluding. So we'll come to you also later. Since this is your first time with us in Live to Lead, we are really, really keen to see the questions that will be coming from the audience. And audience, may I ask you to start putting in your comments and questions for Professor and also for Richmond. We will bring onto the call right now our third speaker who will also give her takeaways from Live to Lead. Can I have our third speaker on the screen, please? Welcome, welcome. Great to see you here. And let us know whether this is also your first time on the leadership platform or you've already been here with us. Welcome.
This is my first time. Thank you for the welcome. This is my first time also, just like Dr. Akwaminsa.
Okay.
It was my first time also at the Live to Lead session. So
yeah. Okay, awesome. So tell us who you are, just a brief background of who you are, and also let's see what are your takeaways. So first, introduce yourself to us, please.
Thank you. My name is Delis Dixon. So obviously for my name, you know that I'm a Fanti. So I was born actually in Kibi in the Eastern region, but I lived my whole life in Cape Coast. Say most of my teenage life in Cape Coast. I schooled also mostly in Cape Coast. I went to Agri Memorial Zion Secondary School for my senior higher education. I went to Legon to read mathematics and computer science. Then after that, I had my national service. Then I worked with Ghana Saskar Service for some time. I left Ghana Saskar Service and I went to work with Regent University College of Science and Technology. I went through the ranks as I started as an administrative assistant, went to the ranks. I got my master's in statistics later on, so I became a junior assistant registrar. In 2019, I went to Rwanda to have my second master's in machine learning. It's a new area that was coming that I had so much interest in, so I decided to go and explore it. And then when I came back and then I went back to Regent to work with them for about 6-7 months. And then I got opportunity to join Heritage Christian University as an assistant registrar for academic affairs. And that was in 2001. And I've been there till now. So I've been there for almost 3 years now. Yeah, so that's what I can say about myself.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so great to have you here and giving us that overview of your background. So right now, in the interest of time, I'll just say, take us away and share with us your takeaways from your first Live to Lead. We are anxious to learn from you.
Thank you so much. So as I said before, this is my first time in Live to Lead. I think last year I didn't have the opportunity to go. I had lost my dad, so I had a funeral to take care of, so I didn't get the opportunity to go. And this year, actually, when it came up, it was because of Mr. Samuel Yim that I wanted to go. He had come to do a leadership training with us, and I really enjoyed his training. So I wanted to participate because of that. And then I was pleasantly surprised when I went for this session. So, and I had a lot of thoughts, but I had a few ones that I think I want to share with the audience on this platform today. So I have segmented mine into the the talks that I picked or that resonated very much with me. And then the first speaker that resonated very much with me was Marcus Buckingham. He deals with numbers, data, and I'm a data person. As you can see from my education, I'm mostly maths related courses. That is what I'm taking. And his topic on how to weave love into things. So most people were like, oh, I love my job. And for me, I always love part of my job. So I felt like, okay, is it because, so how do I make myself love my whole job? And then from Marcus' session, I realized that nobody loves everything about their job. They love part of it. So we should just learn to weave love into the things that we do. We can't get everything to become the way we want, or we can't get to love everything that we do, but we can learn to love aspects of our job. That really resonated with me. So I picked a lot of things from his teaching. Even though he's a data person, for love to be expressed in data, I felt it's really wonderful. As he said, love is a powerful force, the most powerful force in the world. And I felt really, so the aspect of my job that I love, I really, when I'm able to do that part, for me, it's like I'm high. And I feel like if I can get every aspect, or if I can weave this into every aspect of my life, this is just going to be wonderful. The other thing he talked about that really also resonated with me was talking about outliers. So that if you want to weave love into look at the outliers in every situation. Now, as I said before, I'm a statistician. Outliers, when you have data, you have outliers, you are thinking of how to get the outliers to become an outlier so that your data will work well. So for him to show us that we get more information from outliers, that they are not problems that they are not things that we should look at as problems, but they are things that can give us valuable information. They can tell a very good story for us to learn from. It's a whole new dimension for me. It gave me a new outlook on how to look at outliers, because every time I'm working within and something is different, I always, how do I deal with this? This is different from what I expected. This is not in the average. But now I have come to accept that if I look at the outlier, I'll get valuable information. It will tell me what is great about what I'm doing, or what is not so great about what I'm doing, so that I can learn very important lessons from that. And the other part was weaving, as I spoke about, weaving love. Love is a decoder, weaving love into every aspect of your thing. As I said before, I don't love every aspect of my job. And up until when we went for LIVE2LEAD session, I thought there was something wrong for me not to love every aspect of my job. There are parts of it that I feel like, oh, do I really need to do this? But from his talk and his account, it's okay to have that aspect. And it's okay to have aspects of my job that I really love. And the parts that I really love will help me through the ones that I don't love also. The second talk is from Ryan Leakes. Ryan Leakes made people laugh a lot. And a lot of the participants really loved him, from people that I interacted with at the distance. He was talking about chasing failure. So in our lives, I know that nobody is interested in chasing failure. We all want to chase success. We want to achieve success. That's what we all want to look at. And this guy is just talking about you going after failure proactively going after failure, proactively chasing it so that you can fail. But I learned a lot of things, what he was saying. The first thing was, all failures are not equal. And if you start chasing failure early, you can fail quickly and you can fail cheap. And you can learn a lot of lessons from it so that you can progress faster. There are failures that are cheaper. When you do them, you can learn a lot of things from them and you can progress. If you wait in life to fail, it is costly, very, very costly, and you might not be able to come back from it. So that is something that it was very profound for me. The second thing was, there is equal risk in trying new things as it is in not trying anything at all. So sometimes I always feel like, okay, if I don't try it, I don't lose anything. But then Ryan made me to understand that if I don't try anything, it's almost the same as trying and failing. So then why wouldn't I try? I would definitely try and fail, or try and win, or try and not. I would definitely try, because if the risk is equal, then I have no business not trying at all. And this has really given me a lot of push or a lot of edge. There are things that I had put on hold because I was really afraid that what if I tried and I failed? But learning that if I try and fail is the same as not trying at all. Now I want to try all those things. And the other thing that I learned from him was that he says that failure loses its punch with a community. So I am a person that likes to do things by myself. I don't really open up. But I learned that if you are among people, or if you are among the right people, sometimes failure doesn't have much of an effect on you. And it really got me thinking that I need to open myself up. I need to expand myself up so that people can come into my space. So that any failure that I encounter or I chase actively will lose its punch for me. So those are the takes that I got from Ryan Lee's talk. The other person whose talk I picked a takeaway from was Kendra Scott, the interview with Kendra Scott. She was, a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That's what she has started, which is quite wonderful. We don't have a lot of women in that field. So it's already when she started, the fact that she was a woman was even wonderful for me. And she has so much profound ideas. So one thing that she said that I really hate me was that we are so focused on an idea that we lose sight of the opportunities around us. And it's almost like she was talking to me because I get really focused on things. I don't know whether it's because of my maths background or my maths inclination. I really get focused on things and sometimes I forget everything about me. And I realized from what she was telling that she was so focused on her heart's business that even though her jewelry business was selling, she didn't even notice it. And I realized that this is something that I do a lot. I focus so much on something that I lose. So this thing has to work. This thing has to work. I don't give room for any other thing. And so I feel like she was just speaking to me that I need to look around, see that other things that is going on around me so that I can focus on those things, or so that I can see the other opportunities that are around and not get so focused or so boxed up in one area of my life. The other thing she talked about that I really found very funny was hire mothers. So in our culture or in the business world, I know that we have a lot of problem with women, especially when they go for maternity leave. Like, oh, we are paying them and they are sitting at home breastfeeding their babies. Like most companies really have a problem with hiring mothers because they feel like they don't have time for you. Their family is the most important thing. And she had a whole different take on that. How her company is so enthused about hiring mothers. And this is a totally different perspective from what I've come to learn. That if you're a mother, you should be hired because you are hardworking. And when you look at it, you see that our mothers are really hardworking. Mothers are really hardworking. And we take them for granted because, I don't know, that is how society has made it. And for her to bring attention to that, I was really, really touched by that. Maybe because I'm a woman, but it just resonated with me so much that we take mothers for granted. They work really hard, and especially in the business environment or in the corporate world, we don't give them any space. We don't give them any chance because we feel like we are paying them to stay at home and not work or take care of their family, or they put their family first before the business, and therefore they are not relevant to the business. The other takeaway, or the final one that I had, was with John C. Maxwell's both sessions that he had with us. And he talked about a lot of things about the high road leadership. And the thing that resonated with me in the first session when it was how if you want to be a good leader, you need both the skills and good values to succeed. So we've had a lot of leaders around us, honestly. The high road leadership resonated with me a lot because there were things that he said that I realized that even in my current position as an intermediate leader or a middle manager, I was taken for granted. I'm into the business type of position where if you give me, I give you back. I value people that I think are relevant to me or relevant to my aspect of the job. And from his take, you have to value all people, not just the people you think can give you something or can contribute to your success or can contribute to your work, but everybody that is in your space or everybody that is around you have to value them. That really hit me because I realized that as a middle manager currently, I'm not valuing all the people around me. I'm only valuing the people that I feel I can get value out of. And I have, after I listened to this, I told myself that I will begin to value everybody that is around me, whether the person is valuable to me or not valuable. Once I'm in contact with them, I will value them. Another one that really had me was at the end, almost end of his talk, when he talked about one of his friends telling him that it's his giftings that was great and he himself was not so great as a person. So I realized that is something that is so prominent. So people will say, oh, you are very good. You are very good. And it's basically your gift, the thing that you are good at. And we lose sight of that. So when they say we are very good, we become pompous or we get inflated and we're like, oh, it's not you as a person who is good. It's the gift that you've shown, your ability that you've shown, that is good. That is what people are talking about. And so he said that you should separate yourself from your giftings because other people will not separate you from your giftings. And I think that is very, very valuable for me, because if you lose sight on the fact that you are so good at this, you are so good at that, and I get people telling me that that a lot of women don't go into STEM, and so for a woman in science and maths like myself, people, you are very good in maths, you are so good in, and if you lose sight of it, you think that it means you yourself as a human being you are good, but it's your gift that is good, and that's what people are telling you. So for yourself as a human being, you should see that you are not as great as your gift, and you should learn to be humble. And so these are the things that I learned overall. Or to conclude, I would say that what I picked from this year's Live to Lead is that I must love and value all people. That is what I learned. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity to learn such a valuable lesson. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome all of you warmly to Live to Lead 2023. This will be our 7th year hosting Live to Lead.
To me, development is not those and things, but to what extent people will live independent lives so that they can feed, grow, shelter, defend, and protect themselves.
A legacy-minded leader is somebody who looks beyond his own circles, his own self-interest, and even dares to look beyond generations after him.
Then you know the person is a leader, because that's legacy. They are thinking of tomorrow. They've gone beyond today.
I came to this program, Live to Lead 2023, to improve or to add value upon myself. That was my expectation.
If I didn't learn anything, I've learned that leaders pay a price, and it takes paying the price to be a leader and be able to pull others even beyond where you have reached. So yes, it's been a very impactful session.
Sort of amazing. It's been engaging from the morning session up to now. We have learned and are going to impact the next generation. It's a must attend for next year. Join next year and don't miss out. Thank you very much.
Why is Live to be important? I think it is embedded in the very aim of the conference, Live to Lead. Our purpose as human beings is to lead.
Wow, wow, wow. Isn't that amazing? Yes, and thank you so much for the nuggets that all three of you have shared with us. Pam, would you start with
Indeed. I was taking as much notes as I was taking in Live to Lead. because here are three different leaders, and all of us sitting in the same class, and I'm hearing things from these leaders that they learned that I don't think I took in the notes that I did, and it's so amazing, and that's wonderful. And thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much, Richmond and Delix. It was amazing. Delix, your internet was just misbehaving a bit, but we got we got we got the essence of what you were sharing. Great nuggets. Now, so I mean, I will go to the questions and answers and see what questions that people are asking. Guys, let's hear your comments quickly. But let me just ask this to all of you. After going through Live to Lead, how has the learnings you have picked impacted your thinking about your own legacy? To what extent has this conference and the subject and the ideas you've learned from Live to Lead impacted how you are seeing yourself and your legacy that you are living? I will start from Delix.
Okay, thank you. So I must confess something. So I'm the type that usually this kind of seminars and these things, I go, I'm like, it's the same old story. If you ask me if I have any take, I'm like, I listen to it, and then this is the first time I've really had a seminar or a session that I kind of it sort of hit me. It hit me so much. I was talking about it so much when I was coming after the session. I was coming back. I was talking about it so much with my other colleagues that I went with. So the thing that has really, should I say, I have changed from going from this is the valuing of people. You see, I used to be, I'm the type, as I said, I'm very closed up. If you're not valuable to me, I don't really want to interact with you. If I'm not getting anything from you, I don't want to interact with you. And now I don't know if I'm beginning to now open up and should I say, interact with people, value people, because now I know that it's not just the people who will give me value that I need to interact with. Yeah, everybody should be valued. If I want to be a good leader or a great leader, I should think about valuing all people. So it has made me more open. Now I listen to people when they come to me. In my circle or in my office, which is my immediate space, I feel like I'm trying to open up to people, even though should I say, those people are already important to me, so I will open up to them. But now I'm looking beyond the value they will bring to me. I'm just valuing them as people, as human beings that were created by God in His image, and I can feel that
Great.
it's sort of giving me some
I think
positive
Delicious network is misbehaving quite a bit, but what I'm learning from Delix is that with this conference, she's beginning to look beyond her close circles. She's looking beyond people who provide her value. If you're going to be a legacy leader, you're going to look out for people beyond your circles and try to bring other people in because you want to make an impact. All right. So that's what I'm getting from Delix. Richmond, what about you?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Im. I think I have benefited from Live to Lead for the past 7 years, and every session that I attend, I get something new to make sure I just improve the life of the people that I'm serving. I am in the education industry where I train young learners. And if you look at education system in Ghana, majority of our people are wallowing in abject poverty because they don't have quality education. So, in my way of thinking and the legacy that I want to leave behind, at least I have to make sure I change the narrative, the education system that we have in our country, that people think that education is all about one time writing of examination, and after exam there is no point, you will learn again. But we need to learn to develop ourselves and then develop whatever potential God has put in us. So I want to extend my services even beyond my present catchment area, that's the call, but other people in the rural areas will benefit from quality education. And with this, people can live meaningful life in wherever that they find themselves. Because it's only education that can change our mindset. It's only education that will change our perception about what even leadership is all about, because people view leadership to be something that you go in to amass wealth for yourself. But true wealth, it is the value that you add to people that matters. So this is what I'm thinking going to do to impact lives
Right.
of others.
That is
Right.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. That actually goes with what you also learned about part of legacy is creating action and so on. Now, Doc, let me come to you. Same question, but also expand to you came with a lot of your team members from Heritage. What is the feedback you got from your members? We've heard from Delix and the others. So first, how has this helped you? We know that you have impacted severally from your journey as a leader. You've done a lot already. But from this conference, what else has did you pick up concerning your own legacy and what how it's going to change, and also what is the feedback that you got from some of your team members?
Yeah, thank you. I think that for me, yes, I've had varied experiences as far as leadership is concerned, especially with higher education. So when I compare currently my position at Heritage, I've noticed that attending this conference really what opened my eyes to the fact that forget about what I did at my former place, which is bigger than where I am now. Because at that place, you can get, I mean, the people that you go and do this for me, go and do that, go and do this for me. So forget about what you've done. Let the people think about it. Let the people judge you what you have done. This is a new place. Heritage compared to my former university, which is a public university, Heritage is smaller, and I've realized that you don't assume that they know what they have to do. They know what they are supposed to do. Guide them, lead them to take initiative, lead them to do a lot because there are a lot of work to be done. But the people that are there are few. And my thinking is that look, if we are five of us can do the work of 10 people. Depends upon the direction the leader is taking us to. So we don't need to say, okay, there's nobody to do this, there's nobody to do that. What you as a leader, what are you doing? What legacy are you going to leave for the people that you are leaving? So it's taught me a lot to realize that I know the people that I have, those are the people that I have as the registry who need to work to move Heritage forward. So what am I going to do to ensure that we achieve the target that have been set for us? We're not going to sit down and wait for the green to be greener. It can never be greener. I mean, we have to make it very green. So that is one of the things I took from Live to Lead. And I think that we need to build trust among ourselves. We need to build trust among us. It's very, very important because if I'm doing something you don't understand, let me explain to you exactly what I'm doing. And I think that trust is very, very important as far as the team is concerned. The feedback to me has been very, very tremendous, especially the story that was told by Professor Frimpong Boati. It came out that a lot of us don't know that story. We only see the cardiothoracic center, what he has achieved. We are happy and we clap for him. But a lot of us, they don't know the difficulties that he went through. And so when I was listening to him, personally, I've had an encounter with him long time ago. I'm not sure that he will remember. I wanted to talk to him, but I knew he would not have remembered. My wife has a heart issue, and she was working with an American organization in Obuasi. So that time he was head of cardiothoracic, and they called from Obuasi that they're bringing the patients to the place. By the time the ambulance got there, he himself was outside waiting for the patient to come. And I was like, this is the head of the place. I mean, you go to some places, they just take you to the emergency ward. They are expecting a nurse or a medical assistant to receive you. By the time the ambulance got to cardiothoracic center, the man was standing outside waiting to receive the patient that my wife. So I said, wow. So when I met him, listening to his story, then I said, hey, so it's opened my eyes. And people come and they say, what this man did, what he went through, some of us will not have gone through. Because if I'm a cardiothoracic surgeon, I won't live the good life in Germany and bring my wife and kids to come and go through the difficult that he went through. So people are being affected, and they think that even what we are doing, if people don't recognize it, if people don't praise us, we'll still lead their legacy. Tomorrow, when we are not there, they'll talk about us. So that is some of the things that I think has affected us as we participated in the program.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So, as you're building heritage and all the rocks you have to move and the pains you have to go through, you know that one day, when the story is told, your name will also be there. Thank you so much, Sarah. Any questions you have for the team?
Yes, I can see some questions in the chat. There's
Okay.
one for Richmond that says now my question is, through which means can workers be encouraged? Because the person said, let me read the full. It says, thank you for this wonderful program. My interest in Live to Lead was the sole leadership of my director, Mr. Chum Richmond. Now to my question, through which means can workers be encouraged? So Richmond, how can you encourage your workers? And then there is, if you can take that question, write it down. And then to Dillis, there's a question for you that says, how can valuing workers transform productive at workplace, and how can valuing people be exercised? So that is for you, Dillis. And so we'll start first with Richmond.
All right. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, my fellow leader, asking for this very important question. Please, my response to your question is, if workers will be encouraged, first of all, let them know what they are capable of doing. If I give you the opportunity to operate, I'll first lift up your self-image. If you know or you have capabilities of doing something and we allow you to do it the way you feel it is best, and you are able to do it, you'll feel encouraged. When you are given even greater challenge, you'll be able to do it even better. Or even if you mess up, you will be still encouraged. Don't give up. You still have another chance to get it better. So more importantly, workers feel encouraged when they are given the room to operate without micromanaging them. So we will first of all lift your self-image, and then when you also get the glory, when you are able to achieve extraordinary, we pat on your shoulder. You've done well. We give you encouraging words and even motivate you tangibly. I think that's what most Ghanaians we are interested in. When you are given tangible rewards, we feel motivated. So I think this is one way workers can feel encouraged and motivated to work for organizations to thrive.
Great. So the next question is, how can valuing workers transform productivity at work, at the workplace, and how can valuing people be exercised? What did we learn from Live to Lead?
Thank you. So, when you value people, how does it lift productivity? When people are valued, when people feel that they are important, what their well-being is important to you, they are also willing to give their all. If you ask them to sacrifice, they will be able to sacrifice because they know that you value them. you asking them to sacrifice, not because you want to get something out of them. It's because you want to even add value to them. It's because you think they are important or because they are relevant to you. So when you value people, it goes a long way. It makes people feel like this thing that they are doing, they are part of it. So they will give their all when they are doing it. They will not be looking for other people to shake their responsibility on, or be blaming people when there's problems. They are willing to work even when there are problems. They are willing to help fix it because they know they are valuable to you. People are really really inspired when they are valued. When they feel that they are important to you, when they feel that you find them relevant, or you think they are needed, their well-being, their care is important to you. So as I said, they'll give their all, and that will increase or boost productivity for you. How do you exercise that? It's in showing, should I say, genuine care for the people. So there are things that we do it superficially. So we see, oh, how are you? We don't really care if the person is well or not. We are just asking because is it. But if you really care about the person, you ask, how are you? The person knows. Sometimes when you there are things that when you ask, people know that okay, this person is just asking it. But if you really care about the person, he knows that you care. And you can see it in the answers they give you. They will tell you about the stories that are happening at home, the little things that are going wrong that they think you need to hear about, or the important things that have happened, because they know that you care about them. And then asking them about the how are you, or asking how things are going, it's not just a thing that you are doing to pass away. So showing genuine care for people, and not just a superficial care, like, oh, I'm just taking a box and going. I ask my subordinate or the people who work with me or the people in my environment, oh, how are you doing? They say, how I'm fine. And it's already behind your ears. You are not even listening to it. If you show genuine concern to them, they will know that you care. And it's in the little things. It's not in big things. Even though, as my colleague said, Richmond said, tangible rewards are also important. But in the little things, when the person see that you really care about them, their daily life, their personal lives, their home life is even important to you, even though it's not part of the work life. If you think that it's only what is happening in your workspace that is important, you should know that what is happening in your home also can affect what is happening in the workspace. So if those things are also important to you, and you ask about that, you are concerned about them, about their family, how things are going, their health and everything, and it shows genuinely that you care. It's a way for you to exercise valuing people to them.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dillis, for that. And this is exactly what Prof shared with us, that when Professor Frimpong Boateng, he really cared for his patient, that he came down to meet the patient when the ambulance arrived. So caring is leading and leading is caring. So thank you so much, Dillis, for that. And I have a question. All of you are in academia. And Dillis, you did even say that seminars have become a sort of mundane to you. So in the academia, how this experience that you had from Live to Lead, how can that be a blueprint for you in the academia when you are organizing seminars, this experience that you had? So maybe you can take that, because that was one of your takeaways. You couldn't stop talking about what you got out of this conference.
All right. Thank you. So, one thing I can say is that, so I could see from the Live to Lead program that I attended, that maybe it's from my point of view, that the program, every aspect of the program was tailor made to impact me, to give me, to impact, to give me a change mindset, or to give me a new nugget that I can hold on to. And so we have a lot of seminars in the academic space, as you talk about. And usually we do the seminars as part of the things that we need to take. Or we don't have any other way that we can impact our people. So we do those seminars because we need to do training. And if we don't do them, things are not going, you can't put it down on your report that I have done training. But maybe we should consider really, this training, if I'm doing it, how can I do it such that the people can relate to the topic that I am talking about? Is it the only way, or which ways can I do this training or do this seminar such that the information I want to go down will go down, or even if the information doesn't go down, what other benefits can the people get from it? I think
Yeah.
that um, if we stop looking at the seminars as things that we have to check boxes that we have to take, or is I have to do a seminar or I have to do a training program so that people know that I've done my training for the year, and we start thinking about how it's going to help, how it's going to impact, how I'm going to do the training so that it can really help, maybe then we can achieve something. So that is what I say.
Thank you. Sam?
Thank you so much. I think there is one question. I think it's a question to Dr. Kwame. The question that says legacy at workplace and its impact of longevity and growth of a firm without your involvement. I don't know if you're just taking the lesson
I think so.
or,
I think
or
it's a
just asking a question.
Okay.
Doc, you want to say comment on that?
Well, maybe if I understand, I think that as a leader, you need to leave a lasting legacy, an impactful legacy, so that when you are not there, they remember you. From my experience, those I work with at University of Education, I mean, once in a while they call me, and like they need advice on this, they need advice on some governance issues, on policy issues. They call. Unfortunately, they don't pay for it, but so
I can collect the
it's adding value. You're adding value.
Yes, so but the joy is that and they remember that you taught them something, you left something that they can learn from you. So
Exactly.
they call, they ask, oh, we are confronted with this, how do we handle it? Because we know that you have the experience, and then you just give the advice, then they can say, oh, thank you. I mean, we know. So I think that wherever you are as a leader, the legacy you are leaving should be very, very impactful. People should remember long after you are gone. So we are looking for answer to this. We are looking for this problem. How do we solve it? They remember that you are there. They'll call you. So that is the what I got from the training, that people should call you. People should remember that if for this particular thing, when we call him,
If they, prof, let me push back on that. If they have to call you all the time, then it means you are not gone. No. So if they call and you are not there, what happens?
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes because they maybe they've got to a point that they think that, oh, okay, we think that we could do it this way, but maybe there are other ways that we could do it, and we thought that if we call him or we call her, I mean, he can share some experiences, and we find because the experience is there. I mean, new ones have come, especially in our line of work. See if in the university, most of the positions that we take, especially the public level, they don't teach you, they don't train you. You become a vice chancellor. Nobody teach you how to become a vice chancellor. You become nobody teach. So you are appointed as a lecturer, you get senior lecturer, assistant professor, then maybe you are head of department, you are a dean, and then the vacancy comes and apply. Then you apply and then you get it to become a vice chancellor of the university. Nobody have trained you that when you enter, if you want to be a vice chancellor, you do A, B, C, D. So you learn. You are thrust into the person, so you learn. So you have served 4 years, 6 years, you are gone. Maybe those who have come after you, they are faced with some challenges. Oh, let's call him. Maybe this is how he resolve it. So because of
I
that,
think you also talked about mentoring and coaching. So what I mean, these follow-up things is for you to also mentor others. If I get you, that's also very helpful.
Yes, please.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I see. Yes, Bismarck, you get this on YouTube. We will share the recording again. Yes. Now we have just a few minutes to go. So I'm just going to give each one of you 1 minute to wrap up. Let me start from Doc. Just 1 minute to give us your parting words. I mean, a summary of your experience at Live to Lead, your experience on the leadership platform, what you've shared with us, and what you want our listeners to take away. One key thing, how you want them to take away. So speak to our audience
Yeah,
for a
so
minute
thank you very
and a
much.
half.
I think that when you attend Live to Lead, you get a different way of doing things, and I would say that Dillis was talking about the way we organize seminars in our institution. Seriously, I was surprised about the way it started, and it caught my attention, and I learned from it because the main speaker started with a story about his uh, growth of his life as a leader when he came to Ghana. And he told a story, and I said, this is different. And everybody's attention was, there. You were listening to, and then you learn something from it. So I think that to me, it taught me a new way of doing things. I was expecting to come and read a speech and do a presentation, and people would start asking questions. But the way he presented it, it was a new way. And I said, like I said, it was my first time. And I don't know whether that's how it is, but that day I learned a new thing that this is a different way of presenting thing. As a guest speaker, a main speaker, there's a different way of sharing your experiences, sharing your ideas, and it got to me a lot. And I think that we all learned from it, and I'm sure that going forward, when we are also doing something like similar things like it, we will take a lead from what we learned from Live to Live on the 6th of October. We need to create a legacy as leaders so that when we are not there, they remember us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We'll leave the lady for last. So Richmond.
All right, thank
What are
you.
your parting words? You have a minute.
Yeah, I have seen that our school system only equip us with the technical skills, but programs like this focus primarily on our soft skills, how we can live a life of integrity, how we can live a life of loving, and even serving. Because we have seen that in our contemporary times, we need servant leaders. And you only get to know you can lead better from this kind of programs. So I think Live to Lead is a program worth attending. And I always thank CTL Africa for the opportunity to bring Live to Lead to our doorstep for us to learn useful skills and tools that will equip us to impact our world. We are ready. We are poised to leave a legacy for posterity to also come and know that, yes, we made our footprint on this planet. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Richmond, for that. Delix, Pantin.
Dillis is it. Dillis.
Yes, you have the
Thank
last word.
you. So what Live to Lead 23 has given me, and the last thought I want to say, I used to think I'm a good leader. Honestly, I used to think I'm a very good leader until I went to Live to Lead. I realized that I could be a great leader,
Wonderful.
and that is something that I took from there. I must value all people, and I will go ahead and value all people that's coming to my space.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
so very much. Thank you so very much. All right. So just a quick some of the few comments coming. Okay. Conrad says, great to see my registrar and assistant registrar on the show tonight. Good. Live to Lead was really impactful, and I have really taken lessons for my life. That's Conrad. All right. And okay, Martin is here. He says, watching from Accra, very educative and inspiring lessons. And Dennis Ahe says, separating yourself from your gift. That's a powerful quote. An
Yes.
amazing presentation, great presentation from Dillis. And thank you
Sam,
so much for
there is a question. There's one question here from Albert.
it's been answered. There's a last question from Albert. Albert, you came late, so your question will not be answered. Thanks so much for golden nuggets. All right, Albert, I'm joking. All right, so Ebenezer says very proud of the team. Excellent golden nuggets from her ladyship, Cynthia Martinson. Texas say very super presentation from Richmond. Very great presentation, Richmond. All right, so well done, director. Thank you, everybody, for this. So, Albert, you are asking what's the relationship between knowledge, management, and legacy? Let me just give you this simple quote to answer. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Okay.
You can accumulate all the knowledge and things, but if your knowledge is not contributing to adding value to people, if you're not serving people, if you're not impacting people's life, that knowledge would mean nothing and you are not going to live much. So we want to encourage everybody at LIVE2LEAD, at the Center for Transformational Leadership. Our objective is to value people and to add value to them. And that's why we provide this platform for all of you. So that is the relationship. If your knowledge is going to help to impact others, then you're going to create legacy. If your knowledge is not going to help you to impact others, then you're not going to create any legacy. And on that note, I want to thank all of you. I want to thank our great speakers for sharing. I mean, I was taking so much notes. I think my notebook is almost full. Just like I was taking, and it's amazing how, you know, people sitting in the same class can take different aspects of the lessons. And I want to thank all of you, Doc, for making the time. We know you're a busy guy, and come with your assistant registrar to share with us. And my good friend, Richmond, all the way. And Sarah, thank you always for joining us from Geneva. And for all of you, we appreciate all of you. We value you, and we are here. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow is Sunday. Please find opportunity to fellowship with believers and serve God. God bless all of you. See you again next week on the leadership platform. My name is Samuel Ayim. Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'd like to welcome all of you warmly to LIVE2LEAD 2023. This will be our 7th year hosting LIVE2LEAD.
To me, development is not those and things, but to what extent people will live independent lives so that they can feed, clothe, shelter, defend, and protect themselves.
A legacy-minded leader is somebody who looks beyond his own circles, his own self-interest, and even dares to look beyond generations after him.
Then you know the person is a leader, because that's legacy. They are thinking of tomorrow. They've gone beyond today.
I came to this program, LIVE2LEAD 2023, to improve or to add value upon myself. That was my expectation.
If I didn't learn anything, I've learned that leaders pay a price, and it takes paying the price to be a leader and be able to pull others even beyond where you have reached. So yes, it's been a very impactful session.
Sort of amazing. It's been engaging from the morning session up to now. We have learned and are going to impact the next generation. It's a must attend for next year. Join next year and don't miss out. Thank you very much.
Why is Live to be important? I think it is embedded in the very aim of the conference. Live to lead. Our purpose as human beings is to lead.